Happening right now, Texas senators are debating SB 8. It's a bill that proposes using taxpayer money to help parents send their kids to private school. And it's expected to pass the Senate tonight. But as ABC 13's Rosie Wynn explains, a vote happening in the House just a few hours ago shows it might not make it much farther. Rosie?
Eric, the Senate took up SB 8 about 90 minutes ago, and they are still debating it right now as we speak. We are expecting the vote to happen anytime between now and tonight, and it is expected to pass the Senate. Now, there are two main components of this bill, so let's talk about the first one. The bill would give parents the option to transfer their children out of public schools and into private schools. It would give up to $8,000 in taxpayer money to parents per student each year. This money could be used to pay for a variety of educational expenses like tuition, textbooks, and tutoring. But one thing we want to note, students who are already in private schools would not be eligible for these vouchers. Here's Senator Brandon Creighton of Conroe, one of the sponsors of the bill.
This bill does not take a single dollar from public education. Instead, it empowers parents, creates competition for better outcomes, and expands opportunities for almost 6 million students in Texas schools.
However, the Legislative Budget Board says that SB 8 would in fact take money from public schools. Their fiscal note from March 22nd says, quote, local education agencies would lose FSP funding as a result of this bill due to students leaving public schools to participate in the program. Now, this is a concern shared by opponents of the bill, a sentiment shared by a grandparent we talked to today at an unrelated protest of the TEA's takeover of Houston ISD.
The logistics of it, Houston, of the size of Houston, how can we transport them and take them? That's what they want. And that would be funneling money to private schools, whatever they choose, instead of our public education, supporting and sponsor it.
Now, the other part of this bill gives parents more control of what their children can learn in school. If passed, it would allow parents to opt out of certain topics, such as those pertaining to sexual orientation and gender identity. It would also prohibit a third party from coming in to teach about these subjects. Now, a few hours ago, the House passed an amendment to the state budget that would prohibit public funds from being used to fund these private school vouchers. It's a move that may be indicative of the fate of SB 8 if it passes the Senate tonight and moves on to the House. Reporting live from 3rd Ward, Rosie Wynn, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.